Welcome back on the channel. This is the Oppo Find X9 Pro and I'm already using this as a daily driver. Now this is the Chinese version, but a lot of the other YouTubers out there are praising this phone so much. I only tested so far just the camera, which is exceptional, compared it against the Vivo X300 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro and the S25 Ultra and the Xiaomi 17 Pro Max, and this camera really stands out. This design, take a look at this, it's just gorgeous. Now a lot of the other YouTubers out there are already putting out their YouTube 2025 phone awards and etc. And some of them are pointing this or the global version of the Find X9 Pro as the best phone of 2025. I will understand this for myself, as this thing is good enough to be my main daily driver, all my social apps, my works app, my banking apps, everything. Being the Chinese version, of course, requires some special handling. Now, I need to set some things straight. Being a Chinese version usually means a lot of things. No support for eSIM. Some Chinese devices like the Xiaomi does not support Android Auto. This one, by the way, it supports it. Also, no location history in Google, and there are potentially also some changes in the band aggregation for 5G. Back in the days it was for 4G, but it's not that crucial unless you need to go somewhere in a rural area. You might experience potentially some issues, but it's not that case anymore with a lot of the Chinese phones. And also some of the Chinese phones do even have bigger batteries. Now this thing here is the Oppo Find X9 Pro, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can set it up, how you can globalize it to an extent that it's almost usable for an average, let's say, global user or someone in Europe, or I'm not sure, in the United States. The first thing, when you get this device from the Chinese stores out there, in most of the cases the Google Play Store is gonna be pre-installed. So if you're not happy with this and let's say you somehow are afraid, you can always just go inside the settings and you can perform a factory reset. So erase all data and then you're gonna start brand new, which means that you will not have access to Google Play Store. But believe it or not, the installation is very easy, guys. The first thing you need to do when, let's say, you erase everything is just go inside the settings and start typing Google. Google settings is the first menu you need. There's going to be something called GMS or the Google Mobile Services. Make sure that this thing is selected. And the second thing we need to do, of course, is to install Play Store. Now, back in the days, we had to download APKs connected to the PC and stuff like this. Not any longer. You can do this not only on the Oppo, but also on the Vivo and the Xiaomi. Open the dedicated phones app market. In this case, I'm gonna open the Oppo app market. And inside, don't worry, there is a lot of Chinese involved. Just type Google Play. And the moment you start typing Google Play, yep, wait for it. This is it, guys. Install it. The moment you install it, you can open and then you can log with your Play Store. And then there are some other things, of course, that you need to do, or some other things that I do so that it's much more convenient for myself. Pay attention, I'm using Gboard. When you erase everything, you're gonna get these Chinese weird keyboards, which of course doesn't make sense for us global users. So the second thing I always do is I go and install the Gboard. You can install the swipe, whatever you want to do, but I'm using Gboard. Open it, set it up. It's going to be very, very easy. Okay, what is the third thing, guys? Go inside the settings and start typing Autofill. Once you have already access to your Play Store account, you might start downloading all your apps. So in this case, click here, accessibility and convenience. There's going to be something called Autofill, and make sure that Google is selected here, and in the preferred service, click inside and make sure that you have Google here as well. This is going to help you get all your passwords and get all of your apps installed. Now, being a Chinese phone, there's going to be some restrictions around apps launching, about battery restrictions, and there is this famous issue with the notification delay and stuff like this. I'm going to show you some potential options on how to fix it. So let's say that right now I want to get all my notifications in Viber, no delay included. So let's say I've installed Viber. The next thing, guys, that you need to do, click here and then click on more features to access the app info. This is now the usual stuff. The first thing we need to make sure is, yeah, of course, that you have allowed all your notifications. By the way, there is plenty of settings. Color rates is just great. Then, second, very important, click here, battery usage. You're gonna see most of the time it's gonna be smart mode recommended, so the phone is gonna decide when to kind of allow something or not. Okay, remove this and just click here, allow background activity. Okay, once that's done, right, the chances are higher that you're going to get some notifications. What you can also do is click on permissions, all right, and just scroll down until you get here to other permissions, and then scroll down, and there's going to be something called special apps access. Sometimes you might want to get some of these features, like allow some of those apps to display over other apps or display pop-ups. So just have in mind, this is really buried very deep, okay? So how do we get to this? Let me just close it, click here, more features, and then you have to click the app info, and then you have to click the permissions, and then you scroll down like crazy, other permissions, scroll down like crazy, special app access, it's there. All right, now something very, very important. If you're using Xiaomi or Vivo, you're gonna know there is something called app auto start. This is not included here. It's a separate section, so you need to go once more inside the settings, scroll down until you find apps, and then there's going to be something called auto launch and assisted launch. I can give you some examples. When I am allowing some of my apps to have access to the gallery, it's only telling me, hey, you can do this now once or for the next 30 days, stuff like that, right? So auto launch is the ability for an app to start immediately when something, let's say, is happening. So you can see right now here, right, I have enabled Viber and Telegram and also Messenger and Facebook, because by default my ColorOS will automatically manage the auto launch permissions for me. And yeah, they're telling you that this might affect performance. It might as well be the case, so don't really just click auto launch on everything, but at least allow this for the apps that you want to get notifications. And then also click associated launch, because this is going to help you really to get hopefully rid of notification delays or issue. This is a link to a secondary launch permissions of apps. And here you can see I have only Facebook. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to type Messenger, and I'm going to also type Viber, so I'm going to include Viber here as well, and hopefully they are going to appear. Now I want to set something straight. Being a Chinese phone means that there's going to be a lot of apps in Chinese. Some of them, even most of them, you can remove, the so-called deep loading. But I also found out something else, guys. So let me show you. So this is the Oppo App Store. Now I can click here. I can use the Oppo AI to help me with it. This is really working in the best way compared to Xiaomi and Vivo, because from here, you know, I can use the integrated circle to search, right? Which is not ideal, but it can still help you, and it can do plenty of stuff. You can query here Oppo Brino, which is the AI, and you can just save this as a picture and stuff like this. So this is an option, right? You can do this from here, but there is something else that is kind of fascinating. There's also the translate button. All right, and now if I click full screen, it's gonna do a translate for me. And this is very useful if you want to check some things out and you don't understand, and this is gonna work in a continuous mode. So right now this is a real-time translation. I can just scroll down a bit and it's gonna work on the background, guys, see, until I click here and until I close it. And you can, by the way, also access this from the sidebar. There's gonna be screen translate here. All right, and you can do this full screen or partial. Now, there is this other thing called the MICTS, which can allow you to use the standard Google circle to search. And I'm going to show you how this works here for the Oppo, because it doesn't really work that straightforward. It's not going to start just straight out of nothing. So I've now installed the APK. By the way, this is the link in GitHub. You just download the latest version. This is 2.5. When you click it, yeah, you're gonna see nothing is gonna happen. Why? Because we need to do some more settings. Now go back inside Play Store, and first thing you need to do, guys, is download the Google application. All right, as you can see, I've downloaded the Google application, but then we also need to download the Gemini application. Download the Gemini application, open it, choose Gemini, but then do this. Android default digital assist app. You need to click here, all right, and you can see right now there is none activated. I need to click it, and it's gonna be either none or probably some of the Chinese one. Make sure to click Google. Now there are some downsides to this. Every time you restart your phone, you will have to do this. Let's do another check. Okay, right now I can see Google is selected. What you can also do is, guys, click here on the Gemini, all right, and then click App Info. Make sure that you do the same thing. So allow background activity. We have to remove the battery restrictions, and now hopefully circle to search should work. Okay, that's it. So can I do something? I can. It works. You can, by the way, try to pin it here on the smart bar. So let's just try to put edit. So I'm gonna click edit. And then I can just try to search for the application. It's here. So there is the option to do it like this. So let's say you're just randomly scrolling through something, you want to activate it, boom. Okay, you can activate it. The other option is to probably put it here, or this is how it works on the Xiaomi, or you can use a third-party app to link it to some of your buttons here. So let's try to do a short recap. We have installed successfully the Play Store. We have also installed Gboard, so we have a normal proper keyboard. We have installed Google Home, the Gemini, and also the Circle to Search. I'm gonna do a short check to see if this still works. Yes, apparently it does. We have also successfully, hopefully, removed the issues with the notifications by removing the battery restrictions on the apps that we want and also granting special permissions if that's the case. And now there's some other things, guys, that I usually do. The one thing that I do is I also install the wallet. This is the Google Wallet. And I'm, of course, also able to add my card inside. Now, something very important for this to work, this is the NFC, and I tap to pay. Go inside the settings, just type NFC, click on the first menu, guys, and make sure that NFC is turned on, and then tap to pay. Make sure that the default payment app is Google Wallet. I was also able to get my Revolut there. So honestly, most of these things will work on a China ROM, and they're gonna work quite beautifully. I just want to show something right now. Okay, I'm playing YouTube Music. I'm gonna minimize it. YouTube Music also is now included here into this digital island. Something else that I found, this is just so cool, guys. Remember yesterday I did a video with the updated Samsung One UI 8.5 APKs. Take a look at this, guys. This is good, and it's better. It's better, really, the whole design. And yeah, we have here the Oppo Island. When you click here, unlike iPhone, you're gonna get all these things. Right now it's a stopwatch, but I can go back to the music. Oh, and I have my cat just crashing my video. Hi, cat. Say hello to my audience. Do you like Chinese phones? Not so much. Okay, anyway, this has been the setup and the globalization of the Fine X9 Pro. Honestly, I think that I'm gonna pretty much like this phone. I'm gonna use it now for some days as my daily driver, and of course, after this, I'm gonna be producing a full review, because remember, a phone is not just the camera, and it's everything else that is around the camera. Stay safe, VST over, and bye!